And welcome back to Overtime, everybody, where Joe Morano and I are falling down on the job today. Highlights of just 15 games as opposed to the 22 we brought you last week. Sorry, we're slackers. They are one of just two teams in Tri-State basketball with still unblemished records, but the Marion County Mustangs have yet to put together 4 quarters of their A-level material, at least at the offensive end. But as Mike Johnson's club has fought its way through a perimeter shooting slump and some growing pains with 2 new starters, Lady Mustang defense has hidden a lot of ills. Today they were playing for a championship and taking on a very, very scrappy Scotland County team, which got out to a decent start in this game. Amy Dale in the lane with a quick bucket. Then it's Jamie Shaw finding Miss Dale again right through the middle of that Marion County defense. Mike Johnson not going to be real happy. Randy Spratt going to be less happy. Great block right there with Jessica Red. She runs the point. The give and go with Randy Lee Plunkett. And it's Miss Red finishing with 2. And that, my friends, is more like it. Marion County finding its vibe. Jessica Red, oh, that's what she does. She spins, and anywhere from about 10 feet in, she is automatic. There she was with the soft touch. Ashley Tagg, though, having other ideas. Beautiful pass to Megan Creek right here. Gets the nice move for 2. But look at Jessica Red playing point center, if you will, hooking up with Devin Johnson, one of those youngsters who was really good over in Shelbyville this week. And Marion County going to hoist a trophy today as they end up getting the win and stay undefeated in this one, 49-34. Meanwhile, upsets aplenty this week at Macon. Dan Halley's team. There are 2 state-ranked teams, neither of them in the finals. They're in the 3rd place game. Dan Halley's team, Macon, taking on Kirksville for the championship. I believe that's the 3 and 4 seeds. Jill Rowland had the nice dish to Audrey Thrasher early. Then it's Chelsea Hayden with the drive, the bucket, the foul. And you know what? Macon led by 2 in this game at the half. Then it's Rochelle Butner. We've seen this so many times from her. She is so difficult to stop, both in transition and from the wing. And you know what? The entire Macon offense looking good today. Miss Audrey Thrasher, thank you very much. Dominant in the low blocks. Chelsea Hayden in transition to Audrey Freeman, who's played very well this week with the deuce there. And then it's Freeman once more. We'll call it Freeman revisited, if you will, as the Tigerettes extend their lead. They end up winning today, winning their tournament, and considering Moberly and Mexico, both state-ranked teams, were in this and considered the favorites, the co-favorites. That's a huge week for Macon. Congratulations to Dan Halley and company on a beautiful week of action and a very nice tournament title. One more girls tournament title to award to you tonight. Palmyra taking on Mark Twain. And you know what? Palmyra fans giddy for their first title since I think about 2003. Katie Serban got her team off to a great start. She's playing that outside-inside game, first from the perimeter. More Serban in a second. First, though, it is the surprising Mark Twain Lady Tigers. Mark Sanders' team, nobody thought they'd be in this side of the bracket. They certainly look good right here behind Kristen Hamilton. But Katie Serban would put her team up as many as 12 points right here. And they would kind of keep that margin thanks to some great play in the 3rd quarter from the aptly named Megan Hooper, as she knocks down the jumper right there. Knocks that in as well. Miss Hooper not done yet. If you had a tournament MVP this week, might have been Megan Hooper. Good from the other side as well as she hits that flush. But all of a sudden, what had been a double-digit Lady Panther lead in the 4th quarter wilted quickly. Alyssa Keel going to finish right here to spur a rather sizable Mark Twain comeback. Could it be? Could it be that Mark Twain really is going to upset everybody and win this thing? Got back to within 5 thanks to this bucket right here from Leslie Carlisle, but a couple of huge buckets. I believe Brittany Wheeler is your queen of this thing this week. She's also got some game to go along with the, the ability to wear a tiara, if you will. Nice bucket for her right there. This is the turning point right here. 3-point game, and look at Alexis Van Nostrand come up not only with a steal, but the 3-point play at the other end that puts it away for good. The Palmyra Lady Panthers going to accept from the tournament namesake their trophies and medals. They are your Tony Lenzini tournament champions. 44-32 was your final. Other girls' scores today. Earlier in the day, Bowling Green takes 3rd place at the Lenzini. Waverly knocks off an upset. Central Southeastern 46-41. West Hancock with an upset as well, beating Liberty 54-40. Liberty Payson beaten by West Hancock. That's a quality win for Adam Brumbaugh and his crew. And the Pittsfield girls today lose to Marley Bradshaw. Look at Marley Bradshaw and Griggsville Perry 67-59. Also, the Holy Trinity girls get off the schneid. They beat Fort Madison. That's a big win. The cross-street rivalry, if you will. 46-45. Jenna Friesmeyer with 14 points there. Meanwhile, the Q&D girls trying to defend their Carrollton tournament title today. Coach Eric Orn watching his team struggle a little surprisingly early. Then again, no Jordan Farrick playing today, but Tori Kuhn wasn't going to struggle. Double-double for her, and then Q&D kind of gets back together after a loose 4 minutes. How about Shannon Foley with the beautiful follow-up of her own miss? As I mentioned, Tori Kuhn with the double-double. Unstoppable in the block she was today. How about some Gracie Barnes? Haven't talked much about her. This just goes to prove how deep this team is. Players that are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the Q&D roster could start for 90% of the teams in our area. More to come right here. The Fab freshman, Morgan Martin, with a nice putback. More Morgan Martin right here as Q&D puts 84 on the board today. Wins by the final count in this one of 84-28, although it says 80 there. We've heard both ways, not sure what the exact final was. So it was either 84 or 80-28. How about Brian Bettis' team? Maybe the biggest threat to Q&D in this thing. West Central, state ranked, and they've got Tiffany King. Maybe it's time to make Tiffany King someone very prominent in Player of the Year conversation. That was a great bucket for her. And it's Ashlyn Jacko, the speedy point guard, with the finish. Alex Shad, who has been absolutely phenomenal as a second scorer. Look at the pass right there from Ashlyn Jacko, though, on the interior, and Tiffany King with the touch pass back to Shad. Beautiful stuff right there. That it's Jacko again with a beautiful pass. She's channeling what? Steve Nash today with that stuff? Tiffany King with 27 points on the day. She is tough to stop in the low blocks, as it would be Tiffany King and West Central winning today big time, 53-20, your final over Alton Marquette. One more for you. The Route girls in action today against Triopia. They're trying to advance as well. Kelly Lonergan, she's good. So too is Emily Beastry, who you see right here with the beautiful bucket and the three-point play as she gets that to fall. Lydia Heither, I should say, from Triopia, helping to keep her team afloat early, but not nearly enough. Kelly Lonergan from the outside, she's good. Alex Worrell, she's really good as well. A lot of perimeter power this year for Route, and they would show it from the top of the key. Everybody on this team seemingly can knock down a three, and at points today, I'm sure Triopia felt like everybody did. Maybe even Joe Eilering himself at one point. That's the kind of barrage it was today at one point in this game as the Route Rockets go nuts. Autumn Brown with a nice bucket and Band-Aid at the end of this as well. 38-12 would be your final as Route runs away in this one. Kelly Lonergan with 16 points there. One other score to pass along. Route will be advancing to take on Granite City, which buried Wood River today. That was the only other score we got out of Carrollton. No, I lied to you. A couple more just came in. Jerseyville beat Alton today, 59-38. And the Carrollton host girls, very good today, beating Madison 72-42. And if memory serves me right, I believe Carrollton will play Quincy Notre Dame coming up next. Good luck with that one, Lady Hawks. Well, still to be seen here on Overtime, the Fighting Illini go headlong with the #1 team in the country. That plus we tidy up the rest of the Locust schedule for you in 2 minutes.